Picture a courtroom. On the left sits revolving debt, credit cards, lines of credit, loose, flexible, always available. On the right sits installment debt, car loans, mortgages, personal loans, structured, finite, scheduled. Both can be used responsibly. Both can wreck you if mismanaged. But they tell different stories to the people who score your credit. What the scoring models actually look for. Credit scoring systems boil your financial life down to a few mechanical signals: payment history, amounts owed, length of history, new credit, and credit mix. By far, the single heaviest signal is payment history, whether you pay on time or not. But the way you carry debt feeds other big signals differently depending on whether the debt is revolving or installment. For example, amounts owed/utilization is dominated by revolving accounts, credit cards, while credit mix rewards having both revolving and installment types in healthy proportion. FICO research. Payment history approximately 35%, amounts owed approximately 30%, length approximately 15%, credit mix approximately 10%, new credit approximately 10%. Revolving debt, the speed engine of your score. Revolving credit is measured by utilization, the percentage of your available revolving credit that you are using. This is a short-term, highly sensitive signal. If your cards report high balances on statement close day, your utilization spikes, and your score can drop quickly, even if you paid that balance days later. That makes revolving debt the single fastest lever to push your score up or down. Many scoring models weight utilization strongly. Broadly speaking, it can influence 20 to 30% of the score depending on model and context. Put simply, revolving is fast, responsive, and ruthless. Pay down card balances before statement close dates, and you will often see score improvements within one reporting cycle. Practical consequence: a $2,000 balance on a card with a $3,000 limit, approximately 67% utilization, signals risk. Move that balance to $300, 10% utilization, and you can often gain dozens of points quickly. That's why people who need a rapid score boost attack revolving balances first. Installment debt, the slow, steady story builder. Installment loans behave differently. They are fixed schedules of principal plus interest reported monthly. When you make on-time installment payments, you're building the kind of long-term reliability lenders want to see. A steady track record that you can meet obligations over years. This is great for credit mix and for showing lenders you can handle amortizing debt. Installment loans help your long-term profile, but they don't move the score as quickly as a revolving balance change, because the model sees those scheduled payments as stable, less risky obligations. Equally important, paying down or paying off an installment loan reduces your outstanding debt, but it can also subtly change your credit mix and average age of accounts. That's sometimes why scores can dip a bit after a final loan payoff. The model loses an active installment trade line that was contributing positive history. 𝐻𝐼FICO and Equifax explain this nuance. Credit mix. Does having both types help? Yes, but it's modest. Credit mix accounts for a small share of scoring, around 10% in many FICO versions. Having a mortgage plus a couple of cards can show lenders you can handle both kinds of obligations. But mix is a secondary factor. It won't overpower missed payments or sky-high utilization. The smart play is never to open debt solely to improve mix. Instead, let mix be a side benefit of purposeful borrowing. For example, a mortgage you needed, or a car loan you planned. Why revolving carries more immediate credit consequences? Revolving accounts are usually unsecured and flexible. Issuers can reduce limits, raise rates, and they're exposed to more sudden risk. Scoring models therefore treat revolving utilization as a key indicator of current financial stress. That's why an overnight jump in utilization, maybe from a large charge or a missed payment that accrues fees, can show up fast and bite your score. Installment balances change more predictably. A mortgage doesn't typically balloon month to month, so it's a steadier signal. Examples that make the difference plain. Two people, same total debt, $20,000. Person A, $15,000 credit card balances across $20,000 limits, 75% utilization, plus $5,000 student loan. Person B, $15,000 mortgage, installment, plus $5,000 credit card balance with $20,000 limits, 25% utilization. Person B will generally look safer to many scoring models because revolving utilization is lower, even though total debt is the same. That explains why how you carry debt matters as much as how much. Immediate versus delayed effects. Pay $2,500 off your primary card the day before it closes. Your score may jump in a month. Pay $2,500 extra into your car loan principal. The score effect is slower and more subtle. But over 12 to 24 months, that consistent payment strengthens your file. The payoff paradox. When paying a loan off can nudge a score down. It's real and weird. When you pay off the last installment loan, you may remove an active loan trade line from the scoring mix. If that account was old and positive, its removal can slightly reduce your average account age or change your credit mix and produce a small, temporary dip. That's why experts caution, don't avoid paying debt on fear of a tiny short-term score wobble. The long-term benefits of being debt-free and having fewer liabilities far outweigh a small, transient point loss. If you need a score boost quickly for a loan, time the payoff carefully and check reports after the payoff posts. Practical takeaways from Part 1. Want a fast score lift? Attack revolving utilization first. Pre-statement paydowns are surgical. Want durable creditworthiness? Keep up consistent installment payments and avoid missing them. They build credible, long-term history. Don't game mix. Open accounts only with intent, not to artificially tweak a 10% scoring factor. Tactical playbook. What to pay, when to pay, and how to optimize both types of debt for score and savings. Opening. A battle plan, not a spreadsheet. You've heard theory. Now you need a plan you can execute. The following is a prioritized, battle-tested sequence you can use to make every payment deliberate, to maximize score improvement and minimize cost. A short, real-world plan for the next 90 days. Week 0. Pull reports, identify high utilization cards and any delinquencies. Week 1 to 4. Prepay cards. Ahead of statement close days to reduce reported utilization. Ask for one soft review limit increase. Month 2. Consolidate highest APR balances if the numbers show true savings, otherwise continue avalanche payments after utilization is under control. Month 3. Recheck reports. If you've materially lowered utilization and kept payments current, consider applying for credit only if necessary. The profile will be stronger. Lenders prefer predictability and low risk. They don't love the elegant algorithm you hacked. They want evidence you'll pay them back. That evidence is on-time payments, modest utilization, and a consistent history. Revolving accounts let you show that the pressure is low right now. Installment accounts show you can carry real obligations over time. Use both to build a credible financial story. And make every payment part of that story. Who wants guided execution? 𝐀𝐻𝐿 helps map the specific paydown and timing plan for your exact balances and reporting dates, so your moves actually change the score you see in real life. Wise Consulting Enterprise. We could help you in such.